Welcome to John's Island. Join me in Matthew 16, verses 13 through 20, and then follow me on my round as I seek to glorify the Lord for His Word, for His world, and for His Redeemer. In the first part of Matthew 16, Jesus is making it clear how important good theology is and how the Pharisees and the Sadducees are not great sources of good theology. They've moved to a new location, Caesarea Philippi, and Jesus now asks them, "Who do the people say that I am?" Although that is what the disciples actually understand, Jesus starts by framing it as a theological question. He says, "Who do the people say that the Son of Man is?" Jesus is asking about their interpretation of a particular biblical category and connecting it to people, both historical and present. Apparently, some say that Son of Man is John the Baptist, looking for a fulfillment in their present moment. It's possible that Herod is in this camp as he thinks that Jesus may in fact be John the Baptist raised from the dead. Others say that Elijah is the Son of Man, possibly expecting a miraculous return to mirror the chariots of fire that took Elijah into heaven. Of course, we have to remember that Jesus has already explained to his disciples that John the Baptist did in fact have the spirit of Elijah, fulfilling those forerunner prophecies as he came to prepare a path for the Messiah. Others say that the Son of Man is Jeremiah or one of the other prophets. I think in this regard, they're expecting that the Son of Man passages have actually been fulfilled in those prophets' earthly ministries. We see next that Simon Peter steps up to answer the question as a leader among equals among the apostles, and he replies, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Peter rightly identifies Jesus as the fulfillment of the messianic promises and as a member of the Godhead, as deity, not only the Son of Man, but the Son of God. Jesus then affirms Simon's confession, and he pronounces blessing, because to rightly identify Jesus as the Christ, the Messiah, and the Son of a living God is a tremendous blessing. Jesus goes on to tell Peter and the apostles that it's not by flesh and blood, some human wisdom or cunning, that they have identified rightly the Son of Man as the Son of God, but rather the Father has made him known. It's the Father who reveals the Son to his people at his own good pleasure. It's here that Jesus renames Simon to Peter, meaning rock, and declares, "Upon this rock I will build my church." It's the confession of Peter that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, that Christ will build his church, his assembly, his gathering of the nations upon. This solid foundation for Christ's church, for his gathering of the nations, that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, will allow the church to move forward such that the gates of hell will not be able to stand against it. This is our great hope, that in the advancing of Christ's kingdom, hell and those who stand against the Lord will be overthrown, because Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God. Jesus goes on the basis of this confession to promise to give Peter and the apostles the keys of the kingdom, that whatever they loose on earth will be loosed in heaven, and whatever they bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Interestingly, Jesus follows up this very clear teaching and pronouncement with the admonition that the disciples were not to tell anyone that he was the Christ, not to make known his fulfillment of the messianic promises. Of course, the blessing for us is that we know this truth. We know that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God. And so it should be easy for us to rejoice today in that realization. We can be comforted too, knowing that God's fulfillment of his promises to gather the nations, to assemble them into his church, will be built upon this truth, that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God. Our hope, too, is that the gates of hell will not prevail, be unable to stand before the advance of Christ's assembled church. So let's rejoice in Christ today, seeing clearly, as revealed by the Father, that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of Man, and the Son of God. Let's meditate on his word as we look with hope at Jesus' promise of authority and victory to his assembled body, the church, a people gathered from all nations. Enjoy some disc golf. See you next time.